What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily fantasy quickie. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another quickie. My name is JJT with Komish Eric. It's a day before the restart of the NBA post All-Star break, and lots of news came in today. Good ones and not so good ones. Komish.
Yes.
Ready for tomorrow's restart of the NBA season?
Today there were lots of news because today is the return of the players to their teams. Practices, they are returning their practice and everything. So we get suddenly a barrage of updates on injured players and everything. So interesting. Some surprises.
Yeah.
Definitely some surprises.
Now, let me ask Komish, because he's having some stroke of bad luck with some injuries. The latest one was Chris Paul, who will be out 6 to 8 weeks. Today, another player was reported to be out for another 4 weeks, and that's Jusuf Nurkic, who, before the All-Star, has been rolling. It's one of the key guys and I'm pretty sure Nurkic owners are really happy before the All-Star break, but I'm sure this is not the news they want to hear. Do you have Nurkic on that team?
No, not on that team. But luckily on another team. Well, you can't say luckily, but we have a lot of teams. Both of us. You have more teams than I have. So it's hard not to have someone in your team, right? So I do have Nurkic, but the good thing it's a Roto league. So it hurts me, but I think I can manage there. But I was shocked, but I'm actually not shocked because this is why it's hard to roster teams that want to tank. I'm not saying this is a fake injury. I'm just saying that, as we said, Portland has been winning. As Portland has been winning surprisingly, and they want to tank. So, and if there's a little injury for something minor or whatever, they will shut players down, and I think this is what happened.
So Nurkic is out 4 weeks. So if your playoff starts week 19, that he is pretty much done for you. I don't think there's really much incentive to stash him if your playoff start week 20.
Do you have him?
I have him. I have him in 3 leagues, if I'm not mistaken. So far, all are still in the playoffs. So I think hopefully it doesn't make a big impact. I also have him in one Roto. Just remembered the Roto league that we have. So the other league is a 16-team league. So I still don't know what to do. Not much to pick up there because it's a 16-team. So
at 4 weeks is close to a drop. I'm just thinking it's hard to see him coming back. But if you have IL, stash him. But if not, I feel like he's not gonna come back.
If your playoff starts week 22. Maybe you can stash him. Maybe. There's a outside chance he plays week 23, or week 24 at the worst. So again, that's not a guarantee because, like we said, Portland's tanking, and if you've dropped Dame Lillard without any confirmation that he's not coming back, I don't see you dropping Nurkic as well.
Makes me worried about Josh Hart because he's also the other player I think that they really don't need to see to develop. They know what they have with Nurkic and Hart. So in the future, they could have him next year and there's no problem. Anthony, I'm not as worried because they want to develop Anthony Simons. They would play him until the end if he doesn't get injured. So, he's going to get the big boost here. Simons, Winslow. I think Simons could be top 30 even without Nurkic.
Biggest beneficiary here would probably be Winslow. Everyone's talking about Watford or Eubanks, but I think Winslow without Nurkic could play a 4 position and could somehow get great stats. They're rebounding, doing a little of everything else.
But I think he should not be available already in the
he
leagues.
probably would not be available there.
If he is, I mean, don't stop the video first and go add him right away. I think he's gonna be a big winner here. Yeah.
Winslow has the potential to be the Kelly Olynyk of this season. With the way he's giving out those stats, right? I mean, the way he's been contributing across the board. He can be that finals guy that can help you win your league. So especially with this injury.
But if you're gonna ask who will start, we don't know if it's Greg Brown, if it's Trendon Watford, if it's Drew Eubanks, who they signed for a 10-day contract. To be honest, I don't believe there will be a definite ad here. Maybe they rotate those players in the center position. But if I'm gonna guess, I think Watford. If I'm gonna guess,
although Watford is a bit
more minutes.
I think he's 6'8", 6'9", so he's not a big center. So this might be another case of the
matchup.
What the Indiana situation wherein they have small centers. They might start smaller centers, right? O'Shea. I mean, when they got into injuries, right? They had O'Shea as one of the big guys. Or who's the other guy? Taylor.
Terry Taylor.
Yeah, so
right.
So that's the Portland situation. John Collins still out.
Yes.
I'm not sure how worried are you guys, but I don't think he's doing any basketball activities yet.
Although they did classify him as doubtful for tomorrow. So maybe, I mean, that's still out, I think, eventually. But not ruling him totally out gives us a little hope that it's not really anything serious. Maybe he's already on the mend. They just want him to rest more. So let's just wait and see. I don't think it's going to be longer or like multiple weeks. I think he'll be back sometime next week. Oh, by the way, Portland, if you're going to add Watford, Brown, and Eubanks and the others, remember they only have 2 games next week and 3 games on week 20. So just a reminder for all of you guys.
Yeah.
There.
Who else? We have other news.
Yeah, Cleveland. How about the Cleveland guys?
Cleveland, Darius Garland is out tomorrow, surprisingly, because he played the All-Star. He participated in a few the skills challenge, right? And played the All-Star game, but he is going to be out tomorrow.
That back thing, I think, is still the problem. And then LeVert,
this one's a little concerning for me because he played the All-Star. Right?
Well, yeah, that's true. So you're concerned because he played the All-Star and he's gonna miss today?
Yeah, because why would you play the All-Star if you're hurt?
No, maybe he played because he felt okay. Actually, he played the game before the All-Star break also. So he was okay. Maybe
this is a case day-to-day thing.
Yeah, it is a day-to-day thing. It's gonna be annoying, but I don't think, at least it's not Chris Paul's situation where he's out for the season or anything. So just count your blessings and
count your blessings. Because Kumish is counting his, and it's down to just one hand in terms of the players.
And LeVert
is also out. Yeah. LeVert is also out. Other news that came in today. There are some returning players though. SGA is probably the biggest name there. Shai is coming back and playing. Actually, Harden could probably be the biggest name. He is confirmed to be playing not tomorrow. On Friday. Saturday. So, but SGA is set to return tomorrow. So, of course, that somehow, hopefully this dispels all those tanking, but it's still early. Still early.
Still early. It doesn't mean that he comes back now, that he's gonna play until the end of the season. So, again, count your blessings. That's all I can say.
Campaign, by the way, is out. So just in case you guys are, picked him up as a replacement for Chris Paul, you'll probably have to wait, I would guess, another week.
Don't drop him. Don't drop him
yet.
You...
He's the guy there.
Do not.
I accidentally made a mistake. I added a player, Elfrid Payton. I thought was Campaign. I think this was early in the morning. Oh, Campaign is still available. Apparently, when I added, it was Elfrid Payton. So I wasted the move there. But hopefully, Payton plays tomorrow.
It could be Payton and Aaron Holiday at the point.
Yeah.
Although the Suns could easily just put Booker as a point guard and then play big. So I mean, Landry Shamet is there. Is healthy. They could play Booker and then Shamet at the shooting guard. There's a lot of options in Phoenix. So if it's not Campaign, I'm not really interested in Payton or Holiday, but they would have game to game value maybe, but not consistently.
The good thing is I'm out of the running in that league. So
yeah.
It didn't hurt as much. But yeah, I didn't drop him yet. But yeah.
In Cleveland, we forgot to mention that Markkanen is coming back. Garland and Levert are out, but Markkanen is coming back. So there's some good news there at least.
Yeah.
There's some good news.
Another player that might come back tomorrow or on Saturday is Isaiah Jackson is already out of the injured list. He already practiced. So this is going to be interesting because we've been watching the Cleveland situation, right? Everyone's waiting for Isaiah Jackson. Everyone's waiting if who would be the guy there to man the center position in Indiana.
I mean the Indiana position.
Yeah, Indiana. The Indiana position. Oh, yeah, the Indiana position. So Isaiah Jackson is practicing. He is out of the IL slot. So we'll see. But I don't think. Do they have a game tomorrow? I don't think they have a game tomorrow. No. So it's on Saturday.
They don't have a game tomorrow. Yeah. But also Brogdon. Brogdon is also practicing and he already said he feels very good. Could be famous last words. I don't know. But if he still gets injured after this, I don't care if he says 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm going to drop him.
At this point, man. At this point, I don't think if he gets back to that being injured, I don't think they'll play him as much now anyway. In the Indiana side, I think Miles Turner is, a week away. They said a week or two away from coming back. So that's going to be another wrinkle in that rotation for the center and the forwards position.
Yeah, and remember they have Jalen, O'Shea, they have Goga. Now Isaiah comes back, Miles Turner coming back, Malcolm Brogdon will come back. So players like Haliburton and Hield, they will get a hit. Plus playoff schedule.
They're going to be they're going to be the safer players, right? I mean, Haliburton, Hield. They're going to be this. I think Haliburton is the safer guy in terms of they'll get a hit, but you'll probably not drop them or
no.
Right?
You're not dropping
Hield is
them.
another guy who might take a hit, but he could be taking a bigger hit than Haliburton.
Yes, Hield will take a bigger hit, and Hield's position will be worse than Haliburton because he's been getting a lot of usage and minutes.
Sacramento situation. Hield
could be. So that's, remember Duarte. We have not even talked about Duarte. So there are a lot of mouths to feed, and when they start to get healthy, all of them. I know Haliburton will not become suddenly a top 70 guy instead of top 30, but he's gonna not be as good as now. He's getting all the usage now. That will not happen anymore. So that's something to monitor also.
Then Kemba Walker, well, drop him now. That's the only thing you need to know. Drop him now. He's not going to be playing anymore for the rest of the season. Nothing else to talk about. Maybe Derrick Rose could be an ad in case, a speculative ad. We still don't know who plays the point. Alec Burks would probably be the initial beneficiary there.
Starter. Yeah. Well, the last time Kemba didn't play, it was Burks, and then Emmanuel quickly as a backup. And I think that would be what they will be going with right now. But Derrick Rose's return is looming. Mr. Best Man is coming back. And we know what Rose and Tibbs, relationship is.
What Rose position in the heart of Tom Tibb? Tom Thibodeau
But
is.
I think this is a campaign situation. You have to stash and wait. Now, if you're asking me who I like more, Cameron Payne or Derrick Rose, I would still go with Cameron Payne. I think he will get more minutes than Derrick Rose. Even if Rose is so special in Tibbs' heart, you know his body cannot take 40 minutes or 35 minutes. It will break down eventually. So maybe, Alec Burks and Rose will get some timeshare situation there. So, but he's a good ad in some leagues, in deeper leagues maybe. Yeah.
Weissman, James Weissman is also good return for Golden State. Not, are you adding him, running and adding him? No.
No. I mean, if you're in 20-team, 18-team league, you have an IL opening, yeah, add him, put him in your IL. They say he's coming back early March, so okay. That is. I'm not saying he's gonna be zero fantasy value at all. I mean, in deeper leagues, of course, maybe he can get minutes. Of course, they only have Looney there. Draymond is 3 weeks away, supposedly. So maybe, but I'm not that interested in Weissman. They'll be very, very gentle with him, slowly.
Yeah.
Bring him back slowly.
Kyrie news, vaccine policy in Brooklyn could be changed. We still don't know any words about that, but that's nice to hear if you're a Kyrie owner. You might get him in time for the playoffs. I mean, this is perfect timing actually. If they change the rules and lift the exception, lift the bans on the vaccination policies, this is going to be good timing for you, is assuming you're in that playoff position.
And we talked about this before. We said that the mayor and Adam Silver, they're talking about stuff, so expect that it could happen. This is big because Kyrie originally only has 8 games left. The Nets have 23 games left, and he only can play in 8 of the 23. So that's like almost borderline drop situation, right? Yeah. Now, if he can play in all 23, that's big.
That's night and day. That's big. That's gonna be game changer, especially if you made the playoffs stashing Kyrie. That's gonna be a major, because that's gonna be a first round value player. During that playoff span, not the totals, not the averages, but during that playoff span, he can give you first round numbers.
Could be, yeah.
So that could salvage your playoff season. If you lost a player like Chris Paul and you still have, Kyrie, that's a very good replacement already. Better than campaign, if of course the mandate will be lifted. Who else? Lonzo, I heard, has been running, and I'm not sure how optimistic we are, but I computed. They said March 11 could be the time, close to that range. That still could make it to the Week 22 playoffs. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, he's running, but from running to practicing is actually
that's still a long way to go.
Long way to go.
Just thinking about it, when I computed it, they said they're looking at not a March 11 return, but that's optimistic side of things. I guess that's the end of the timeline that they gave him, right? I think that's 4 to 6 weeks. I think that's the timeline, and that's March 11 is that 6-week period. And if that's the case, that's probably going to be week 21.
21. That's probably week 21 to 22. Yeah.
And that gives him, still some time to play some games and get back into the groove. If you have an IL slot ready, I would, happily stash him there. See what happens. Of course, if your playoff season week 22 to 24, you might be able to use him. Week 23, 24, right? So if you have that IL slot and you have the luxury of stashing him, then I would probably do that. All right. Anything else we missed out? Weissman, yeah, that's pretty much it before tomorrow's game schedule. Playoff schedule, week 19. Maybe we can talk about week 19. If your playoffs start week 19, who are the teams that you should be looking at?
Yeah, for one, I'm definitely the team that has a very bad schedule is Portland. I just mentioned that they have 2 games on week 19. They have 3 games on week 20. That's why those Watfords, those Greg Browns, I'm not interested in really adding them now, because holding a Watford for 5 games in 2 weeks is kind of crazy. So,
and that's not even a guarantee that he'll give you something.
Yeah. The bad teams, Boston, Charlotte, Chicago, Portland, 9 games only in week 19 to week 21. So if you start playoffs right away, these 4 teams really bad. The only team that has a good schedule here is Toronto. Toronto has a complete 12-game team, a 12-game schedule. And if you have, the starting 5 of Toronto, that helps you. And basically that's the overview. There are 11. There are actually the games are actually kind of evenly spread out in my opinion when it's week 19 to 21, except there are very few teams that have bad schedule. But if you have, let's say, a Tatum and a LaMelo combination, or maybe, and then you added, let's say, or Chicago. I mean, you have Vucevic, Lonzo, or these.
All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We talked about these schedules just because we wanted to give a heads up.
These players.
I lost you for a bit, Kamesh. I lost you for a bit. And I'm losing you now. But yeah, that's it. We're just giving you a heads up in terms of...
There.
All right. We're just giving you a heads up in the playoff schedules. Just in case you want to start preparing for week 19, because we only have 4 days of week 18 left, and then that's playoff time already. So we'll talk more about this playoff schedule in the next few quickies as we get closer to that. All right, we'll see you guys again tomorrow for our regular daily fantasy quickie. That's the future Komish right there. You saw a glimpse of him. All right, Komish, we're out. We'll see you again, guys. Bye.